Now, as you can see, there is no other better place to be than being live here on Eswatini TV on a Thursday edition of Temidlalo. Hello and welcome as we bring you this special edition courtesy of Eswatini TV in conjunction with the title sponsor that is KFC Eswatini. Now, the talking point is that we do have a new sheriff in town. That is the new champion of the sixth edition of Imbube Marathon. He's going to be here in the studio, just to tell us about the feeling and how it goes. And then also, of course, we talked to the female part. We also had an eventual winner on the day under the female category. We also have the two guests just to get the feel. It was the biggest marathon on the continent and is still being talked about. So we can't hesitate not to give you information about what you want to know about the marathon that just passed this past weekend. Otherwise, Sitlang Semnigachi already in Mozambique for the AFCON qualifiers. We touch on that and also talk about other draws that were conducted, including the Step Samhlegazi Kosafa draw, and also talk about the 2025 Chan draw with Sihlangu, to face Zimbabwe on the cards. Now, if you're sitting at home, don't go anywhere, just in the comfort of your seat. Be there because we are about to give you the right information that you want to know about sports and different platforms you can use. Skujane, of course, if you have one, YouTube, if you are wondering how you can stay in touch with us, we are live. Now, Seba Vereba Konala studio, two special guests from one particular club, that is the Royal Eswatini Police Athletics Club. So the two athletes, you can differentiate them with experience. One has been running for over 13 years as a female athlete, that is Samgesi Tfala, in the company of the 2024 Imbube Marathon champion, that is Mangoba Nhlabatsi. I will just start with the champion far right of me. Mangoba, nguvusele my friend.
Thathe kubonga kakhulu. Ngivusele nami kakhulu eMaswatini ekhaya. Ngithi nje sibonga impumelelo.
Hayi man Mangoba, asisithola le excitement. You're a champion. You're a champion. Lesibonile moya on Sunday when you couldn't even breathe, the excitement. Sicela kubona nawe la e-studio. How are you feeling? Uthi njani?
Yo, angathi kuthi ngaqala phi. Kepha nje lokwenteka nami ngathuka sekwendekile. I was doubting, bengithi doubta kakhulu ngingathembe ukuthi ngakwenda lokho njengalokho.
Stakhuluma lokunye my friend, because you promised me something and you've done that. This is why now I've promised something to you and I'll give to you. Samgesi Tfala, a well-known face in the female long distance category. Talk about 42 kilometers. She's been running the country. She's been in charge of long distances. When you talk about 42 kilometers, Samgesi sikuvusele namuhla nzamba.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu ukungivusela, ngiyaphila. Ngiyabonga ukuthi Sunday ngibe one of the best athletes Eswatini who became the first Swazi who 42 kilometer. Yes. Angathi bathi singidawuthini, but I was so excited because lokho kungende angathi kuthi ngachaza ngithini ezi umdlali nje lo wajabula waphose wathi bulala but nje bengeke ngitibulale because next year iyabuya Imbube Marathon. I have to run it. I have to win it also. Vele ngifuna kuyiwina na next year. Yes, I promise and I will do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff. No, thank you very much, Samgesi Tfala. Those are the two guests that I have in the studio. Now, Samgesi, I think there is a background information that ngibengufihlela yona, but sengama expose nyalo. This is Mangoba Nhlabatsi, not Mangoba Nhlabatsi, the eventual winner. Ngaba somewhere, somehow, out of the country. I was with him in Zambia for the, regional sports awards that were held in Zambia in May. So he was under the category as best, regional athlete, also the sportsman athlete of the year. Samgesi who is competing with one of the best athletes la Southern Africa. Bebakhona bo Siyakolis South African and other athletes. So funny enough, I was sharing the same room with him and he told me personally, and I remember that, Fabrice, Imbube October nyayitsatsa.
Yeah.
We went out, we took a walk. I'm like, no, you're lying.
Yeah.
So we paid. So Safumena ukuthi khona ngifuna umnike kona lokho ngenkusho but
taking Imbube.
Yeah, ukuthi ayiwine Imbube. And he did that. And when you take me through the preparations, Mangoba, in terms of how you prepared. I mean, when we talked in May, building up to October, that is 5 months. Now, Buganje, 5 months between. My preparations are abenjani in terms of kulungiselela Mbube Marathon.
Bekunzima ngawuthi lama drum ema endurance run bekunzima but nje ngithe mangisawafaka ngwafaka ngitesta ukuthi lokhu kutawuphumelela yini ngabona umshini ngathi bogaya wagaya umshina nako manje sibekela sikhona.
Before the race itself, because personally, do you have a pre-tournament prior to Mbube Marathon? That night, Sakurum, I think the entire night, plan this is what I want to do. And if everything goes well, out for the tournament, maybe South Africa somewhere, just to prepare yourself body-wise. When they got before the marathon itself, what kind of pumanga pan
Gube 14 September. Ngigijime i21 ibe ise Mpumalanga baba Enasprite kube Mpumalanga marathon, one of the biggest marathon lebe ikhona la eMpumalanga bathi beyicala nje inomhlangaleso so ngende ngigijime u21k la ngibe khona number 4 nakhona bangayiluza nje ngema second man ayiluza ngama second
wabuye kwathile man
ngabe yangelula
ngaliva icingo lingena usifa senkwathile akuhambe kahle. But we kept in touch. We talk about that and the preparations and how now you went to the race. Now Sangwesi, I think to you for 13 years ukijima, and I think ngikhanga ubona ukuthi bo Thobile Ngonyama sebayachamuka nje, they want to compete with you, but for the longest time very bothambele embili. Preparing for Mbube as someone lobe khona skats receipts, uyethulungiselela kanjani? Let's say a month before the marathon, how do you prepare?
Okay, since I know myself, what's okay, I'm also working. So ukuthi prepare kwami ngithi nangithola isikhathi ngisisebenzise profitable. Yes, sisebenzisa profitable in a way ukuthi nangabe more especially let me say nang offile sometimes I will train day and night because ngiyati ukuthi kufanele ngibuyele vele emsebenzini because nemsebenzini nawo umcoka nembube imcoka. Yes, so make sure ukuthi once I get that opportunity yekuthi ngioffe sebenzisa leso sikhathi profitable, make sure ukuthi vele I want to get something. I knew ukuthi Mbube Marathon this year I was going to get it. Yes, since yaqala 2016 nami ngiyakhumbula nangithembisa baphathi bami ngithi 2016 Mbube Marathon because it was my first Mbube Marathon 2016, and then I said no, this Mbube Marathon 2016 is mine. Then they said how? I said it's mine. Just give me the schedule, you see. They just gave me the schedule, Coach Bambaga reps, and I did it. I was the first Swazi and I was also position 3, like 2016. Nayiqala nje Mbube.
So una experience nje.
Vele soliqala nami.
So hamba nayo.
Itawugcina.
Singakhohle ukuthi on top of that, nasi lesithobo ufuna kuvetera babukele emakhaya ukuthi singakhohle ukuthi on top of that you are a mother.
Yes, I'm a mother of 2. I have got 2 boys.
Yes.
But solo ngiyagijima.
Because there is a time you took a maternity leave ngiyakhumbula washo ukuthi.
Yes, it was 2018.
Yes.
But 2019 ngabuya. Yes.
I think washeshwa wabuya ngathi
Asheshe ngabuya because yes, I gave birth in January. August I was competing and I was living people.
So you gave birth in January 2018?
Yes, August
we were competing.
Yes,
October
yes. Yeah.
Now, for 13 years, asibuyele kuna 3 years now. Only
yes,
3 years.
Yes, 3 years.
So, but it's an achievement, Mangoba, because now we'll get into the rest shortly of what the two of you did on Sunday. But Mangoba, to recap, to give the viewer maybe something that they should know, Mangoba was the champion of the 2023 Lobamba Marathon. So, Lobamba Marathon is. So that gave him a chance to go compete in Taiwan, in Pulau.
That one is a Lubombo Marathon.
Yes, Lubombo Marathon. So
21 kilometers.
21 kilometers. It gave you a ticket to go to Pulawayo in Taiwan, where you ended up even being the sports personnel of the year in the country. And then you went to compete, of course, in Zambia, and then finished position 2. Now, let's talk about the route and how you prepared. From here, from Somhlolo, you go up Malakwane, you come back town, everything. Did you use the same road in terms of preparation? Now, tilungiselela usebenzisa ini lomgwaqo noma uverisity asengijimeje?
Ngawuthi ngumdlalo ohlukile. Hayi kakhulu kepha. Ngingumuntu loyisabaka ukutrainer ngeroute. Ngoba iyawingify straight noma sekufika futhi kuyona ngisengiyocala ukuthi ngiyagijima. Ngoba kutaba nema loopholes ngithi ngiyawufika ngibancobe la. Kube nalaba strong bafike bangincobe khona. So nami i-route ngiyithatha njenge surprise. So ngesikhathi.
On the day Manqoba, na Sunday uyalala Saturday mhla ka 5 so tavuka mhla ka 6 Sunday.
Yes.
Walala ngabani isikhathi?
Mina ngilala 8 nje.
8. Na
Sekuthi
Saturday
okay yona bengalaleki.
Bangalaleki.
Kwakungalaleki.
Sebangalaleki. Wena phela una 13 years uyendala emvole.
Mina nangiyogijima imbuba ngilali. Ngibathe ngiyalala kufuna ngirest no. Ngirest akulala amanye amalanga. Yeah. Uyabona the day mhla ka 5. Bongathi ngiyahlanya. Ngiyavuka angisadi nje.
Nasuka kanye from the college. Yes,
no. I stay in Babane.
Okay.
Yes, I stay in Babane.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Kuwe Manqoba wasuka
college yes Mantsapa because last for the corner transport from our club here.
All right. Nga 3 ekseni bosukile already.
I was already ready.
What done ekseni? What did you eat in the morning? What did ekseni?
Ngathenga banana.
Uthenga banana.
Okay, banana nguthenga etolo mina. Ngithenga banana wa 6 rand.
Okay.
Mashumi lapha emathangeni.
Ngitsanze kabi futhi ngiyakhumbula. Now, let's get into the race. Sam.
Yes.
Sam wena ekseni ujeni owadlana on the day before?
Mina ekseni ngathola i-Future Life.
Okay.
Ngase ngithola banana.
Oh, Future Life.
Yes, Future Life. Ngase ngithola banana wami.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Now, these are the live visuals on Sunday when the main event, the 6th edition of Ibobe Marathon was underway. Now, sesugirege from what you were seeing on the screen. Manqoba, I think lana senga parliament. Yes. Bokuphi lapha in terms of ingqondo. Boqaleni kuba nasithombe ukuthi ungende kubashiya.
Ngicela ngathi saba vele kakhulu. Okay, mina ngihleli ku 200 meters away from the leading crew. From the first kilometer until the 7th kilometer.
Usho Sunday la, yes.
Yes, Sunday ekseni. Ngahlala isikhathi eside 7 kilometers wonke ngisemuva around 200 meters.
Okay.
But masikhuphuka le hili yasezulwini kebusi. Kulapho la ngabe sengibala khona sengibala kuyobashaya.
All right. Nayile hill versus 7.
La ngabe sengifike ngithatha abantu labangebaba. Ngithi siyahambisana manje.
Okay.
So ezihamba. Kwa awe makululu.
Okay. Benicoca yini Bongos Mavuso, yes, the South African. Benikhuluma.
Ngathi asikhulumanga. Sekuthi nje sabe sesiyavana ukuthi sijime kanganani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ngathi uyabuka la ngemuva usukubuka umbuta kahle sama ubukelana namuntu.
Ngiyalungisa.
Ulungisa ini?
Ngiyalungisa ukuthi bobana besayo.
Ngiyakudispower.
Yes.
Ngiyahlukana sibobani.
I'm telling you.
Ngiyahlukana ukuthi ngubani.
No.
No.
Once you look, yeah, you know what? Kube nje asesithi there were those Kenyan strong ones.
Yes.
Asesisoashile lana. Then now ubuke emva kaniseka yetha. Without dispower phela, I'm telling you.
Marabheka after sengibabukile ukuthi ngase ngendani.
Okay, I know.
Okay, let's give him chance. Yeah.
Okay, unyunya kaMalakwane.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew that there was that hill. It's a giant hill.
Okay.
Ngivame kwenza kuyo ngekhombi mina. Kunala kuthobe bajima kuyo.
Lana ukhanuke mandini ngoba ngathi bewenza ama water point.
Water station no.
Why?
Bengawatsingi kahle kulaso sikhathi.
Awuthi ngani?
I can run as far as 21 kilometers ngaphandle kwemandi. I'm fit for that one.
Okay.
Ngothathela nje ukuthi kubonakala sinamandi ngothathile.
Okay.
Otherwise mandi uma utaya ku race lenkulu njenge 21 or i42k. Ulala emandi wanathile ngayidolo. Uma ungalali.
Okay.
Manje kufuna besola khona emtimbeni.
All right.
Ekseni mawugijima utaqala kusebenza imali latabesola semtimbeni.
Okay.
Unga expect imali utawakhanza kuma water station because ema race akusiwo onke notawakhanza anemali.
How tough was he Bongos Mavuso? Ukunike i-challenge lenganani on the day?
He's a champion. He's a champion, that guy. So
kukhona ini
nami nje ngamuva la siphangeni. Sahamba ngasho ngathi indoda. Indoda yesabeka le. and siya lapha kuhili ngiyathi ukuthi kutophuma wena lapha ya kule top 4 lebengilandela.
Okay.
Yeah. And kwafika yena vele. Ngathi ngifuna kumkhomba.
Khona lesithombele ngisifunako man Mancoba Sam utangisithe khona nabafika khona uyema uhamba uyewalk nje deliberately you're walking. Why? Stafika maybe kulesithombe stasibona at some point, but why
was the man following him?
Yeah, the distance very ncane. The distance very kanje I walk. Why? Bokwendelana.
You were showing him ukuthi now so defeated.
No, akusinjalo.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay. Yabona mangicala ngokho mina. I cannot run as far as ukuthi ngibulale bantu isuku race yonke. Nje ngiyathi marathon le. Akusindo lelula. Imbobe marathon. Ilikhulu kakhulu nje.
Okay, Sam.
Sengiviki.
Kulo 13 years experience unayo ndachubeka vele ngivetel of 13 years.
Yes.
Seba yehla nyalo malakwana.
Yes.
Wenda njani under the normal circumstances ngoba utaza siyeng we excited kakhulu. Usale speed. Uhamba kancane ngoba because at some point uyamfunza lo muntu oseceni kwakho ukuthi umuntu lonjani.
Yeah, uyabona na uhla malakwana. You make the body relaxed.
Okay.
Yes, because kusene kwendeka uhle ngespeed lesikhulu usinofika lapha endasi lamabholo angasakuvumeli.
Okay.
So you made the body ibe relaxed. Make sure ukuthi i-body yakho i-relaxed. But nangabe utawehla malakwana, make sure ukuthi na wenda training yakho, there are some squats you are doing.
Okay.
Yes, in preparation of lokwehla naloko usinawufapha ekugcineni ungasalimali lamabholo. So make some squats, about 100 squats. Yes.
Bekuyiplan ini Mancoba ukuthi at some point umuyekele nje ahlahla kushiya kancane. Ngathi nangibuka ngikhona bakushiya kancane nanyalo ngathi sokushiya kancane uphinza umbambe. Bekuyiplan yakho yini?
Ngathi akusiyiplan. Kuyatendeka lelo uyathambela.
Okay.
Bekanye usisume kumjikisa.
Ngoba sokushiyile phela la.
Yeah, abesahambile nami nje bese ngivuma ukuthi vele sengu number 2.
Ha?
Yeah, bese ngivumile. Okay, lokhu bese kubuya lokuthi sikhaya la. Nami kusesibayeni sakithi.
Okay.
Is this Langeni?
Yeah, it's Langeni, yes. Baba kuyicourage kanganani labantu na ube ngicamangcobo. Bakhuluma
eMaswati. Ahlangene. Bahle labantu. Bahle labantu.
Sam. Kukusita kanganani na ugijima nje wengcibantu labahamba kancane kanje. Bahle bathini?
Labahamba kancane kanje. Okay, mina ngathini labahamba kancane
uyatengcela nje.
Ngiyatengcela nabo okay labanye labanengi basuke bangakwadi nalutho ugijima nisuke sekuhlangene kakhulu ethi.
Yeah,
so bangasangibona ukuthi ngingibani ngiyichampion noma ngiyini babuka nje umvlog gijimako. So kuba ngilaba mfulabanye kumbe laba kwati ukuthi nangisam vele ngibona abantu batakumemeta mina nje emaphoyisa angimemeta kakhulu mo especially khanza ukuthi kunema recruits when bangimemeta ngiyafaka ngifaka kakhulu ngoba ngiyabona ukuthi bambona umfaka kubo so ngiyahamba vele so ngiyele ngisho ukuthi maphoyisa ngiyanicela nibe khona nangigijima ngoba ngiyangiphakamisa. Okay, nemaswati lamanye ngeke ngisho ukuthi maphoyisa kuphela because nalabanye badlali labo they are also supporting us. They are also supporting me.
Okay.
Yes.
Mancoba, you are before the race, your specialty yakho bekuyi 21 kilometers. But now we decided ukuthi no, I will get into the 42 kilometers. The confidence yokuthi tshela ukuthi utagijima 42 kilometers. Uzunganatse nokunatsa manje. Hayi man, ku risk.
No, it's risking now.
Okay, ngathini? Njengoba ngisho ukuthi mina mangitrain I can run 21 kilometers without water.
Okay.
Even in the sun, hitting 32 degrees Celsius. So ngiyakwenda lo.
Can I say something?
Ngiyamhamba 18, ngiyamhamba 21.
Okay, can I say something? Can I say something?
Yeah, akakhuluma.
I used to be a champion about 21 kilometers. I used to be like Labati.
Okay.
I don't used to drink water. Like I used to say, one day I collapsed. I was dehydrated.
Okay.
Yes. So ngitothanza kusho kuhlabathi ukuthi even though kumsebendela kwanyalo but one day ngeke umsebendele. Yes, because water umcoka kakhulu nasigijima. Yes, even though unatha usajima yadzingeka along the way. Because awati ukuthi waluze kangakanani na ujima wa replace kangakanani. Even though ngawanatha the day yokijima, maybe the day before yokijima, you don't know how much water you've lost the other day.
Beautiful stuff. This is your third edition of Temidlalo. We're talking about the edition of Imbobe Marathon we just witnessed this past weekend. The winners are in the studio, both the male category and the female category. Now, Mangoba, you enter the studio, the stadium, Somtlo National Stadium. Now, when did you decide to win? You are the winner. When did you see?
Okay. Win. Mina la ngabona khona tsingwini ngabona ngabantu sebangibamba. Bengathi kutsingwini.
Wamshiya kuphi lo muntu nawukhumbula?
Emfuleni ucala ihili kucala.
Okay.
Uphinde uyawalk embi kwami. Ngathi angisendeki lokho.
Okay. Kanzi na bekahlala tsamandi.
Yo ilani ngilahla nkulu kuba yilo. Okay manje mina ngibengothola. Bengothatha manje senguthi nje bengathatha sonke isikhathi. But masise mfuleni lisoshwana.
Okay.
Galobamba masicetha kwenza le way bridge.
Okay.
Kulapho la kafike simasicetha khona. Masicala le 1 kilometer to go. Uhamba lo icala le hill vele wayicala quick vele. Nami ngathi decide ngathi vele sengi number 2 but all of a sudden uphinze futhi uyawalk 50 meters embi kwami kansi kunemali.
50 yeah.
Kansi kunemali yabona bakunemali
ngicela ngeli wash lakho mancoba ukuthi liyakubambisa. What is set on the day? Now ubuka ukuthi kusele 1 kilometers. What buka li wash lakho?
Yeah ngalibuka singena ku 1 kilometer to go bekungu 226. And si targeted 228. Manager was targeting 228 on the race.
2 hours 28 minutes.
Yes. But then ngangena lapha ngena ngo 226. Ele hili yasiyashaya ne.
Now, eventual winner, you walk away with 70,000 Marangini, 35,000 Marangini. These are some of the visuals of a special case who attended the event. Now, 35,000 Marangini for being the eventual winner of the event, and another 35,000 Marangini for being the Swati that finished first. So you walked away with 70,000 Marangini. Tell me about this moment. What the excitement?
Yo.
Showers of blessings. You can't believe it.
Namanje nsela ngithembi.
Do you remember getting my call here?
Yeah.
Okay, the moment.
Just 7 minutes after.
But what were they sharing the moment with?
Well done.
Well done.
Ila magama lawo.
Still you can't believe. You're turning and the excitement next to them.
The excitement was too much.
Too much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. What an exciting day you had in terms of excitement. Oh, wow, you couldn't believe it. Now, Sam, you finished also as first Swati, and then you walked away 35,000 Marangini. Let's look at your pictures as well. When I'm at the podium, you try
you see? Yeah.
But targeted on the day. What's at least
yeah, you know what? Even bahamvunje. Ngathi ngimile layinini ngisayogijima bavele bangivele bathi awusiyathi mosivele suthi awubuya naye. Hey, people are giving me challenge. So what if I don't come back with it? But I said no, I will. I will come back with it. Yeah. I know ukuthi sometimes I 42 year to some females is tough because of these people from Kenya. I know that. But I try my best.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, lokunye ngicela kungeta.
Okay.
Uyabona masigijima. Sonke suke sitodlala. So sidlala nje. Sifuna kucetha irace. Kumcoka kuconcourage. Kumnanzi kucetha irace. Ungaphumi. Kuleso sikhathi sifuna kucetha irace kunemali. Yangithi. Sibukena la carrot sikanye kanye. Sonke sifuna carrot even no sodlala vele sisemidlalweni. And umnanzi umdlalo. Imbobe Marathon siyabonga.
Well, cool with the two guests. We can talk and the entire hour, we can finish the entire hour just talking about the race and what they are capable of. Thank you very much. How I wish to talk about the next journey, what's the plan ahead, but we are going to talk about it next time. Sam, thank you very much. We know you are the, you are the current champion, ladies, so you will remain that. I know there's no doubt. For you, Bangov, I think, Sam, ngamthembisa something. Yes. So ngicela kumunika na This is my present to him. I promised him something to say that congratulations to you, my friend, and walking away with 70,000 Emaring, the eventual winner of the 42 kilometers Mbube Marathon. Now, the two guests, how I wish to stay more time with them, but they have to love us and leave us. We'll take a short break, and when we take a short break, we'll listen to some of the speeches that were held on the day, including the senior guests that attended the event, just to get also the reaction on how the event was itself, and also some of the winners, including international winners.
You took each step, each breath, each leap forward. You demonstrated a high level of willpower and resolve to push beyond your limits, regardless of the pain and fatigue, without losing sight of the end goal. Running a marathon is no small feat. Training to run a marathon may very well be the toughest physical challenge you will tackle in your lifetime. But given enough time to prepare, just about anyone can do it. The power of unity, of uplifting those who may stumble and encourage those who may falter, is a vital ingredient in our nation's growth and progress. If we can foster this spirit of unity and support one another in our paths to personal and national success, we will transform our nation and leave a mark on the world that will echo through the ages as a united, powerful force that cannot be ignored. This is one of the national events that internationally includes every Eswatini, as it accommodates the young, the elderly, and people living with disabilities. The health benefits derived from such physical exercises are enormous.
The competition was tough because this is the tough course ever in my life. Yes. And actually I know and my colleagues from Zimbabwe and others country are very strong, but I maintain the best.
Ngijabula kakhulu ngeperformance yami yanamuhla. Lomnyaka uphelile ngaba number 2. So namuhla bengidishelile ukuthi ngifuna ukugijima ngcono. Ngijabula kakhulu. Nalokuthi bebakhona la bekuhamba basinikile i-competition, but lonyaka ngithe nje asekube ngithi.
Order KFC on WhatsApp +268 7833 5151.
Here's another popping Friday evening right here on Friday Night Lights, baby. This is the platform for the coolest DJs in the kingdom.
Now, if you're just joining us, this is your edition of Temidlalo every Thursday, coming to you live from a hospital here, Eswatini TV. And we do have, of course, a special guest in the studio. Having talked to some of the winners, actually the eventual winners of the Imbowe Marathon from this past weekend. Now, we do have a delegation that was in Lesotho, attending the 2024 Lesotho National Youth Games. They were headed by the chief of delegation, that is Mr. Nhlanhla Mapanga, a well-known face in the sports industry, having served as the former basketball president, a former soccer player, now a member of the Eswatini Motorsports executive member, a member of the Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association. I mean, the file is very big. Now, let's talk about also next to him, there is Nati from the Eswatini Boxing Association, the SG.
Siyabonga, thank you, Fabrice. Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Good evening to the viewers as well.
Nat, sikumukele namhla studio.
Hayi ngiyabonga kakhulu Mr. Fabrice was invite la sibonge nemabukele emakhaya ukuthi sikhona nathi Eswatini sokhuluma ngema sports.
Okay, medals were collected in Lesotho during the youth games. Now we had 5 sporting codes that we sent to Lesotho. There was tech ball, there was boxing, there was taekwondo, and there was athletics. Yes, there was athletics. So those are some of the sporting codes that were in Lesotho. Ngicela Mr. Bapanga luhambo from Eswatini to Lesotho for the games. Uhambe njani in terms of the representation and coming back in Tindon, Emma medals?
No, first of all, the collaboration lesinayo ne Olympic Office ne Lesotho Sports Commission. Bebas invitile for the National Youth Games. Ngalo ukuthi sinalo budlelwane nabo. Basite okay, sicela silethele 4 sporting codes. As you've mentioned, i-tech ball yinsha kubo, so bebacelile ukuthi thina sitobafundisa nge-tech ball. So besithathele ma-champions ethu to go and have ama-exhibition games. So kahle bekude ma-medals ngakhona. Basinika ama-slots ku-athletics, 4 athletes, 2 males, 2 females. Likewise, ka-taekwondo, 4 athletes, 2 males, 2 females. And then ka-boxing. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the girls, so we sent 4 boys for boxing down there. 3 boys, sorry.
3 boys.
Yes.
Nat, Sibuya ku Mandela Cup in South Africa, where talking about the medals, talking about the ladies in that Mandela Cup, it was heavy. This time around, boxing kuhambe njani? Sikhoni yini kulimela live kahle kulama youth games eLesotho?
Babukele emakhaya Mr. Fabrice. I see boxing is khonile ku representa kahle i-boxing nasifike Lesotho. Badlali bebesambe nabo nginabancane 17 and 18 years old. Bebaqala ke nekuphuma bebaqala nje kuba ku national duty, but badlaliswe kwabantu abatiko labakhombisa ukuthi bokhoshi babe emakhaya bebasebenzile. So sikhonile kube netimendlela letimbili besamene badlala abathaphu sibuye negold, sabuya phinda sabuya nesilver. Nayo lengasifisa sithi khanda ukuthi simabhayi kose ukuthi vele badlale 2 games ukuze bafike ku medal stage. Bakhona kudlala ke babuye na team medal labo benawo.
So beside boxing, Mr. Mapanga, any other sporting codes one would say we did well in terms of medals and maybe getting podium finish?
Yeah, no, I must admit we did exceptionally well with taekwondo. And kudos to the federation, because obviously when you hear more about athletes, then the federation is doing their job. We came back with a gold, Gohlelo. She was a returning athlete to Lesotho, having gone to Region 5 Games 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago. And then Marilyn, who was new, she got a bronze. And in the bronze with Folanje, she had lost to the eventual gold medalist of that weight category. So she did exceptionally well. And the 2 young men were first and foremost not in their fight weights. So they were fighting above their weight categories and fighting
Okay. Mapanga mbuke mbona na iflag yaseSwatini kwende kanjani? I'm sure there should be one that was on the podium in terms of our winners.
Yes, lapha display yalo umsebenzi besile besibatshengisa labesuthu ukuthi asikhetele ukuvakasha. We are with young athletes laba warriors. As we can see lapha, that's our boxer picking up his silver medal in the medal ceremony.
Okay, beautiful stuff. Now, I think you were part of the awarding ceremony. What are they saying about us, Mr. Mapanga, Maswati? I think as a member also of EOGA executive and as a chief of the delegation, what do they say about us, Maswati?
They were very delighted that we could honor the invitation. Bashilo nje ukuthi sibuyise ligama lelisho ukuthi they're very very delighted ukuthi sifikile. They're happy we were there, and they were actually exceptionally excited ukuthi we came to compete because bamangele nje vele lasibuya nalama golide eNqumbi. One of the major prizes was what they call MVP. So in each category of discipline, bebanika the best athlete.
Most valuable player.
Most valuable player, yes. Yeah. So sibuye nayo futhi leyo ka taekwondo through our gold medalist Hlelo. So she came with that for representing taekwondo. So they're very happy. They kept talking from the minister to the director of sports. They kept talking about the Boleswa games. Hey, this is so nice. They would like us for us to continue with this relationship. So next year, Lebati Basbita yet again. So we're very excited about this collaboration. For the youth, it's important, the exposure, because as an athlete, now go compete in the country, you think you're the best, but you never know until upume border.
And the flag being on the screen, it just says a lot. And goes ngicabanga ukuthi lokunye lesingakusiza kancane kuva ukuthi nikhethe ukuthi nihambise abadlali abancane ma under 17 ma under 18 lokho kusipasithombe ukuthi ingcenye nje kunemsebenzi enilungiselela wona. What's the plan ahead? Why did you take the so young cold crew to this kulama games lawo?
Si boxing is ne objective yoku sinema games la setako lokuthiwa ma youth games. Ataba next year ataba hostele eNamibia if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Namibia June. Yeah.
Early next year.
Yeah.
So lokuthatha lama games ukuthatha labadlali laba ma youth in prepare kubalungiselela lemidlalo leyo ukuthi bafike ezingeni lelisetulu. So kubathatha nje bolique nalihle sithoye lapha na lokhombise kudlala kakhulu lo wakhona ukucupha sihlwele esiningi lena ngekudlala kwakhe up proceed from stage 1 stage 2 stage 3 wadlala kahle kakhulu siyabona silisasa lepho sikhona la kuma youth games khona sitawubuya nawo. Yeah.
Mapanga, I think through your experience in leadership, I mean, having served as president of Basketball Association, now on the board of the EOGA, Olympic Commonwealth Games Association, executive committee, what you just came with home, and the podium finish every day. We want to go as far as Olympic and Common Games. Is it a starting point?
Most certainly. I mean, the mere fact that we talent search in the country is a sign that we unearth the talentless now in the country. So from there, we need to then put them somewhere. We need to train them. We have to give them the opportunity to compete. So this really works very well for us. And with the games coming up, be exposed. By the time it's figure Namibia, there's all sorts of things that will happen, stage fright, we can compete with them, we can beat them. So we need more and more of these experiences, whether at school level, compete in the nail spray or something, in all the different disciplines. It's very, very important. Be exposed, but follow the opportunity. And Baga Boxing did well, they brought young fighters who never been out the country. Having fought people so
yeah. Now when you talk about boxing, quick one goes, it's also the road or the route to 2025 Region 5 Youth Games in Namibia, a Windhoek. So ikona in plan to ensure that they remain active. Between now to June next year, Namibia. Is there any competition so that they remain active and the podium also excitement but to beg it for
executive ukuthi lama youth A+ now from national championship side to nama championship now lama youth lesikwendile vele sebayi priority nakune game lekhona ngaphandle lasibona khona singafika president of bekati khandla abuthi angahlambita njani la kuhamba khona maybe ekuseni sathi face siyadlala phinde siyabuya singalali khona akusiyi game kona lesetulu but lokubhida le confident yabo ukuthi nakufika 2025 kufika labanye ikhanze vele laba sebalungele bangacali from scratch kwathi waqala 2025 ucala umnyaka sekuyacala kuyabuka abakhanze vele selikhona leli abamla sebaready kuthi nabo abamfana sebaphakamisile bayabonakana kumide siyabaveta ukuthi nabo ama youth efu ladlala kahle la performer.
All right, we came with medals all the way from Lesotho from the National Youth Games, but I have a question for Mr. Mapanga. I don't know if I'm putting him on the spot because I want to find out one thing. As a former player, you're an athlete within you. It means you're an athlete. As a former soccer player, you went on to serve as an executive. Now you're still in the executive in terms of leadership when it comes to sport. How do we achieve now an Olympic medal? Or let's not maybe get to the Olympic medal before we leave. How do we achieve an African championship medal?
Yeah, no, it starts with where we've started now, and I hope we don't let go from what we've started. The collaboration we have with Lesotho, without putting my government on the spot, it would be nice for us to host the same prior to Namibia. The nice thing about it is without even getting to Botswana, Mozambique, yes. All the different sporting codes, they're also competing exceptionally well. It's also good to use them as a benchmark. Botswana might be a little expensive to bring them in. I say it's a bit of a distance.
Okay.
Maybe we can invite a few from South Africa and so on and so forth. But like I said, without putting government on the spot, it would be nice for us to reciprocate the same sort of tournament.
Yeah.
No, tournament each year. Have our national youth tournaments each year to build up on that.
Right.
Besides our ordinary national tournaments for seniors, which I think is something that we have to have. And as an athlete, the more you play a sport, the more you compete in a sport, the better you become. So if you do not give yourself enough exposure, there's a rule here, 80,000 hours or so. Which is
beautiful stuff. Thank you very much for being in the studio. How I wish to be with you more, just to talk about this issue. Mr. Mapanga is a good friend of mine. Whenever I see him, London is red, North London is red. So he supports a team called Tottenham Hotspurs, and I support Arsenal. So
I support Arsenal.
So North London is red. So Mr. Mapanga, thank you very much. And we rely on your information, ensuring that in the future we do achieve more. And then let's hope that this is the podium finish we want as a country, and we'll keep on working on this, not only for taekwondo and boxing, and also other sporting codes. The effort is needed.
Certainly, and we're happy about that. Not to forget, we did get a gold medal in athletics as well. One of the youngest ladies, she won
She's 12.
She's 12 years old. So
12 years old?
Yes, she's our next hope as well. So we need to nurture her. We need to give her all the support she needs, besides our other athlete who came fourth in the 3,000 and 1,500. She's there, but there's Alimele Nana in the last race she had. So we have to give these children the support they need. We need to give them all the opportunities. All
right. Yeah. Now, Shasha Mapanga, thank you very much. That is the chief of the delegation that was in Lesotho for the National Youth Games, who were invited as a country. Now he serves as an executive member of the Olympic Commonwealth Games Association, a former well-known goalkeeper. Social games, can he be still a good goalkeeper? But he has that talent. He understands the sport. Nati Dlamini, a well-known boxing coach. If you want some lessons, he is available there at in Babane, just there by, let me expose the place. Should I expose the place where you normally are? Yeah, Babane Club, yes, Babane Club. If you want to learn a few lessons about boxing, this is the man to talk to. Otherwise, let's take a short break. Thank you very much for your presence. We can't wait for next time when, once again, the country has sent a team and they are going to be also heading the team. Now, moving on, we talk about the national team. We're talking about as they have already left the country for Mozambique for the AFCON qualifiers against Mozambique on Friday, tomorrow. Now, prior to their departure, they had an event where the president of the Eswatini Football Association, Peter Samora Simelane, and other delegates did share a few words with the team to encourage them as they head to Mozambique. Let's just listen to what they had to say, including the coach, the Croatian coach, Sotvrgak Rugaruzic.
Ngakusho kungaba kubonga kupresident ukuthi imisebenzi yelive kube beyingaba ngaka but decide ukuthi ede atoba nathi sisalungiselela lihambo lapho siyodlala khona siyomelela khona live. Siyakubonga kakhulu lokho kusho lokukhulu ukuthi sibadlali ukuthi umlomtsala beyangashiya konke akhethe kutoba nathi. Kwesibili lengakubonga ngingathanza kubonga balandzeli bonke bebhola yakangwane kule tehlakalo lesitibonako kulamalanga ngibo badlali bebhola but sibona labalandzeli bayasukuma bema ngetinyawo bayasupporta lapho khona kwehlele tehlakalo. Sithi siyakubonga kakhulu lokho kusenda nathi sibadlali bebhola nje ekhaya eSwatini kusinika umdlandla ukuthi bese ngachubeka sifake amandla ngekwadi ukuthi bona beminathi ngaso sonke isikhathi. Sengibuya ngasemidlalweni lesiyakiwo president umdlalo sesiwulungele kakhulu sibadlali. Siyabati bulukhuni lesiyobhekana nabo, siyabati bulukhuni lesike sabakibo itolo. Sidlalile itolo sangadlali kahle kepha lokho akusho ukuthi namuhla singeke sende kahle. Sisiyaphuma nje sayodlala umdlalo sesiwulungele sibadlali siwulungele kakhulu. Sekungaba kucela nje eMaswatini ukuthi onke emagumbini ala Swatini ukuthi akabe nathi asisupporte ngayo imithandazo nangakonke lebanako. Otherwise sitawahamba siyosebenza ngalokukhulu ukudimisela. Siyabonga.
What is our expectation? First, our expectation is to try to represent this nation properly, and we have to try to make them proud, nation to be proud of us. Let us go up there to give the best of us, and then let's see how result will be. What I can promise also, what the players are promising, we will try our best in this moment. How our best will be good enough for this or for that, but for sure we will not disappoint you with our best. And for sure you'll be proud of us. That's what we can promise, and let's see. The game is 90 minutes. Let's see how things will go. God bless us all.
We hope that this time, when we play with our neighbor, we will beat them. Uyathi nje kushaya umuntu lo matiko ufe nje ukuthi president ushaya Figaretto. You see, everybody will know that the president uyashayana, and whereas lalabanye ngoba bakhashane uma kuthiwa president ushaye esichwaga sase John. And nobody knows John, but when you say Figaretto, everybody, when looking at Figaretto, they know that, hey, President Yashaya. So we want you to ensure that we win against Mozambique, and Mozambique will know that we are better than them. And then also the neighbors, the neighboring countries will know that Swaziland is now there. As you know that we are doing this qualification for AFCON, and then from there we move to Chan.
Now, those are some of the speeches that, we had to witness during the team's farewell at the Technical Center Lobamba yesterday. The president of the Eswatini National Football Association, Peter Samora Similane, just speaking lastly in that short clip, highlighting the importance of knowing your neighbor. When you play with your neighbor, you know the weaknesses and the strengths. So that's some of the issues that had to be highlighted. Now, players like Sandile Gameze Saviola are part of the squad that traveled to Mozambique. Had luck for players like Felix Badenhorst and Pendulot Fomo, who had to stay due to injuries. But the squad looks thick and hard to go and compete. Coach, the body language highlights that is one of the best that he's seen in the couple of weeks since he started coaching the team. This was during the team's training session on Tuesday at the Somplo National Stadium. Now, number 19 on the screen, that is Lindom Konda. A decision has been taken. He's now the national team captain. That is the Zesco United also captain. So he's one of the international players. So he will be wearing the armband tomorrow when Eswatini takes on Mozambique. So coach highlights that through his experience and his dedication to the job, he believes he deserves to wear the armband. This is not the first time he wears the armband of the national team, as recently during the 2022 during the COSAFA, he was still the captain as well. So changes have been made. Now, number 3 there, that is also another international player. There is a Justice Figueiredo amongst the players. Talk about also Wema Tsabula, the number 5 there in the squad. Can see Oda Mamba also up amongst the players. It's a good squad of some of the well-known faces in the local football. Number 10, of course, that is the Babane Swallows player Kwakem Setwa. Now, the team will be playing against Mozambique tomorrow, 3 p.m. local time in Mozambique. So that is the away game. So now, after 3 days, or rather, less than 72 hours, on Monday evening at 9 p.m., the two teams now will line up against each other again in what is supposed to be now a home game, but being played away, since as a country, Eswatini, we don't have a facility that is up to standard to host a CAF or rather any continental game. So they'll be playing at Bombela on Monday evening. That will be now the Eswatini's home game, but played away. So getting 2 games and getting 3 points in both games will boost Sihlangu Semnigati's confidence, and they'll be able maybe to get 6 points out of 4 points. So there's that hope that maybe if they can benefit from these 2 games, something serious can be considered for the AFCON 2025 in Morocco. Now, the schedule of the national team is quite huge in this month, because towards the end of the month, after the draw of the of the CHAN qualifiers that has been conducted, they'll be facing Zimbabwe on the weekend of the 25th, 26th, and 27th of October this month. So they play Zimbabwe, and the winner between Zimbabwe and Eswatini, they'll be playing Madagascar. So the journey is quite long for Sihlangu Semnigati during this period towards the end of the month. But we want them to win. Remember, they are ranked 159th out of 212 nations in the world. As you can see, that's the draw of now of the qualifiers. We talk about COSAFA area, which is the Southern Africa area. So Zimbabwe versus Eswatini, match 1, and then Lesotho, Namibia. As you can see, the second round, that's where they say the winner between number 1, number 2, the winner between Eswatini and Zimbabwe will face Madagascar. So let's hope that they'll be able to do that. Now, the first leg, like I said, the first leg is actually the weekend of the 20th to the 22nd December, and then 27 to 29 December. Now, the national team, Step Samhlegazi, this is now the women's national team. Step Samhlegazi also will be engaged in some activities, national team activities. So this is after the COSAFA Cup draw to be held in the Republic of South Africa. Now, this is their first game on the 22nd of October. They played Seychelles. They are debutants in this competition. Seychelles will be coming in as new fresh comers in the competition. They're in the same group, rather, with South Africa and Namibia. So that's Group A. Eswatini, Seychelles, South Africa, and Namibia. So remember, in COSAFA competition, you need a number 1 to proceed to the semi-final, and then maybe a second best. So we can't wait and see what our ladies who are already in camp preparing for the games are doing for the preparations of this COSAFA women's competition. Now, remember, South Africa, that is Banyana, they have won it on 11 occasions. 11 times they're the champions of the COSAFA women competition. Then other occasions, you've got the likes of Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Malawi also as the winners. Now, shying away from the national team duties, let's talk about now the Army Commanders Cup. That is the 2024 Army Commanders Cup. Now, there was a press presentation yesterday at Nogwane where this competition, of course, of different sporting codes, about 7 sporting codes, was, of course, sponsored by Eswatini Royal Insurance Corporation, these are some of the visuals showing how the individual awards that were given. Remember, sporting codes that were being played under the Army Commanders Cup. We're talking about football, athletics, there is tug war, there's orientation, there's all those sporting codes, volleyball, and we had a moment to witness some of the winners on the day. Of course, in the presence of the top member of the delegation, that was the Army commander, congratulating, of course, the officers, telling them, you know what, it's one way we use to connect and to get to know each other. You know, it gets tougher sometimes where you spend more than 3 to 4 years without seeing each other, but through games like this, they exchange, ideas, and they're able to see and they get a chance to talk as different officers within the armed forces in the Kingdom of Eswatini. What a day it was indeed, as you can see, smiles on their faces. Now, that's how we conclude the show. Like I said, it was one of the shows that we were highlighting, things that highlighted your weekend, including the Imbobe Marathon. We just witnessed the 2024 edition, 6th edition. The winners were in the studio. We also went on to talk to the delegation of the Lesotho Youth Games headed by Nhlanhla Mapanga. We got an idea of how, as a country, we've got the best talent in the region, if maybe not one of the best on the continent. Medals were brought home, and then the same is also needed or required for the national teams, be it Slang Semnigachi and Sitseba Samhlegas. Otherwise, for me, Fabrice Msoneda, who brought you this show, and the entire crew that ensure that we bring you this live program live on Eswatini TV, we do say, we Azimos, we Thursday, Sidlala Mnanzi.
Be sure to catch Business Watch every Wednesday between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m, where we feature the latest updates on business news, market trends, and exclusive interviews with industry leaders, as well as insights on emerging small and medium enterprises in the commercial sector. Business Watch, your business leader.